played. It's early October, played minutes to get your career high. Where did you find the win? How did you keep it that high, and how did you feel physically?
I was just trying to go out there and play hard. We were down, so just trying to, keep fighting was the main thing on my mind. Just trying to, give my teammates a boost in any kind of way.
With how aggressive Chicago was with AD and just small and swarming, what do you guys have to do better as a team to either get him going or complement what he's trying to do better?
Just figure out a way to, kind of use their defense against them. Try to use their, like scrappy, kind of, swarming defense against them and trying to just make them pay. I feel like, just it's something that we got to look over again and, just try and get better from it.
Talon, what do you put your finger on when it comes to the Chicago Bulls perimeter shooting tonight? They had it going from the outside.
With the shooters that they got, Alonzo being an improved shooter, just seeing what he did, he went 7 for 10 from 3. So, they get him up too, at a high volume, and they were hitting tonight. So, when the team's hitting like that, you got to try to do whatever you can just to stop them. They were just falling for them tonight.
Talon, you always knew you were going to be slated for a bigger role this year. I know you guys are hoping that LeBron is back this week or soon, but are you getting a sense for just how much more that you personally have to do on the court without LeBron in a game like this?
Well, coming out especially with him out, you always know that you got to play hard and kind of make up slack for, with a big, piece of our team being out. So just any way we can to try to, make up for him being out. We just all got to, bring our games up to another level. So that's just it.
Hi, over here. Long trip coming up here, pretty tough trip it looks like. Can this be a chance for you guys to bond, to kind of, get together on the road?
Oh, yeah, the road is definitely a place for us to where we're going to, our bonding has to, come together. And, just the whole team camaraderie just has to, gel a little bit more on the road. And, we're going to be just with each other. So you have no other, choice but to, kind of get that chemistry up. So we're just going to try to, get better from here, get better every day.
Talon, what was the matchup with Alex like for you? Was that weird at all at first? And was it kind of fun along the way, too?
It's fun. It was fun outside the fact that we lost, but always going against your former teammate is great. AC is a great player, and he brings a lot to the table, and I'm just happy for him to get what he deserves, and that's all I really can say.
Line up, and then surprisingly, they kick your butt, in the paint. They beat the Lakers, I think, 54-40 in the paint. They move the ball very well. Got a lot of assists, 31 assists tonight for the Bulls. The Lakers were only 18-19. So, yeah, this Chicago team, they're deadly. And so they don't let you play your game. You saw how Fish pointed out how they were double-teaming AD, not allowing him to get involved and get his easy bucket. So we saw, I'm not going to say they're upper echelon team, but they're a team they're going to be reckoned with DeRozan, Lonzo Ball playing well at the point guard. They're pretty good. Levine, we know what he can do. They're quick and they're scrappy, and they're a really good defensive team.
Jump in there, Fish.
I mean, I think James laid out a lot of great points. I mean, we were talking a little earlier. I mean, as we look at this third quarter graphic, if we break down just the third quarter point differential for the Lakers, if just that quarter was better, and hopefully we can maybe put something together that would highlight. If the Lakers were just better in the third quarter, the difference in some of these losses that they've sustained already. Not that, over the course of a long season, new guy, all of the changes they're going through, they're not going to be consistent, right, in their performance. But to come out in the third quarter night after night after night after night and not be able to find a way to just bring the focus, the intensity, the effort, the execution, that's not just, figuring out rotations. Like, there's something else that's holding the team back from being better to start the second half.
Minus 89, third quarter point differential is the worst in the league. And that's what the conversation we were having while we were watching the game. And you brought up a great point. And you're like, what if you're just middle of the pack, 16th or 17th? You're probably 3 wins better, right? I mean, it's that brutal of a stat. And you're right. when it happens once in a while, you can blow it off. You can give excuses. But when you see it a lot, Big Game James, and it has kind of been a theme for this team, they got to look into it. I'm sure they are.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a virus. You know, if you cannot take a break, reboot, refresh yourself, coach give you a third quarter game plan and you not be able to have the energy, you know, say if they have more energy at the beginning of the game than they do at the third. And we all know that the first and the third are vital, especially the third. If you have a lead, you wanna enhance it. If you're need to get some buckets and grab some defense, you do that. But that's been an issue with the Lakers all year long, and something they're going to have to address. And it's not all about the coaches; it's about the players. Sometimes meeting right there in that huddle before they go on the floor and saying, "Hey guys, look, this is what we have to do." Hadn't gotten there yet.
Fish, let's talk game plan for Chicago. Obviously, they like to play fast. They got the great defensive guards. They're not even without Vucevic so far as well in this game. They had a different big three that we will get to. But the doubling of AD and kind of forcing the Lakers to play a different way and shoot a ton of threes. And by the way, the Lakers were great from three just a day ago. Shot 48%. It's crazy how basketball works. Today, their worst percentage of the year with 18%.
Yeah, I mean, the Lakers are a dominant team in the paint with their size. Russell Westbrook's ability to get downhill and get into the lane. And then obviously Anthony Davis has been dominant at the center position once the Lakers have gone small with Melo at the 4. So to come in tonight, the Chicago Bulls decided we're not going to allow Anthony Davis to dominate this game, in particular in the first half. So they took all of his paint ability away. Anytime he touched it below the free throw line extended, they sent a second body. And then the length and activity from their guards and wings, it allowed them to get back in rotation. And essentially with Russ or Rondo, that was the guy that out of their rotation, he would have been the one that had to take the three. And the Bulls decided they were going to live with that tonight. Yeah. And it worked out for him. AD got more aggressive in the third quarter, caught the ball basically at the nail. The Mavericks used to put Dirk Nowitzki in the middle of the floor. Harder to double team there. He made some mid-range jumpers, but never really dominated the paint the way the Lakers needed him to in order to get some easier opportunities.
Yeah, he had a weird exit to the game as well. He was trying to put on his shoe, and the ref allowed the other team to continue to play. He yelled at the ref, and the ref, he knew he already had one T because he threw him out, as Billy said, emphatically, like he wanted to. It was a strange moment, right?
Yes, definitely. It seemed quick for the situation.
Yeah.
Anthony doesn't.
The ref was feeling himself right there. He's very excited.
AD doesn't have that type of reputation. He's only been ejected one other time, I think, in his career. The team is getting beat badly. Yeah. Unless he's just completely undressing the referee in a really egregious way, I don't know if you just give him a second technical and throw him out of the game, especially because the play is going the other way.
Yeah.
So just let AD chirp and just run down the court, leave him down there with his shoe off.
Ridiculous.
But to throw him out of the game, from our vantage point, it didn't seem necessary.
The big three for the Chicago Bulls. Did you want to comment on that or no? You're good.
Nobody comes to see the referees.
The minute I start talking about it, I know you don't want to. Lonzo, DeRozan, and Levine combined for 91 points. 15 threes between the three of them. Lonzo Ball had himself a day, season high 27, 7 of 10 from three, and I'm sure that felt good in the city where